All right, I'm going to talk to you today about doing balloons. Now, this is an incredible thing. I have a friend in Jax, Florida, that does balloons for a living. And she's older, and she says she wished she'd have known years ago. Uh, it's a really neat job. She services restaurants and fine hotels and parties. She does one of the chain restaurants, like a Wendy's or something like that, Chick-fil-A. And she goes up there and spends, most of the day doing balloons, like on a Sunday, which attracts customers because it attracts their kids and they want to go see the balloon lady. And depending on how much you want to spend with her, you can get some pretty incredible stuff. Uh, she, does her prices based on like, dollar and up. And I mean, she can make you a Raggedy Ann. She can make you a basket. She can make you a whole flower bouquet. She makes all kinds of characters from Spider-Man to, you name it. Amazing stuff. But now she goes every year to a event in Florida that's for balloon artists and balloon sculpturing. And I mean, you go over there and you spend a few days down there at this festival, and like people are making whole cars out of balloons and dresses out of balloons that people wear, and just some incredible stuff. But it helps you learn new techniques and new products that are out, and how to do it. It's a little expensive of a festival, but it's tax write off if you're in the business. Um, she does some really incredible work. She's also employed by one of the high dollar hotels in Jacksonville, Florida, and she does their party arrangements. They'll call her. They'll tell her what the party's for. It's an anniversary, or kid's birthday, or it's a graduation, or a business party, and she'll go in and decorate the whole room. I mean, we're talking like, palm trees and big ornament things that curve over doorways and all kinds of stuff. I don't think she does any helium work. I think she just does strictly air. And there's some really neat things you can get into when you or start making money with this, like getting a good Borisino air pump for about 200, 250, and you can get one that you wear on your side like a pocketbook, that you can go around and just do balloons like that. It's really cool. You can get these big box. They kind of look like a car battery, a small car battery, and you plug it in, and it'll have like two ports on it, so you can blow up, two balloons at once, and this kind of thing. It's a really neat thing. Even if you just start simple with a hand pump, you can get hand pumps at the Dollar Tree for $1. You can get basically the same hand pump at some of these stores like Party City and all that, and they'll charge you like $8 and $10 for the same thing. And those break just as well as the ones from Dollar Tree. They will break in time. I suggest buying two air pumps from Dollar Tree in case you do break one. It's a great thing to make money. You can do it in a shopping mall. Go see the mall manager and say, hey, I'd like to come do balloons. Will you pay me, or can I just accept tips, or will you pay me and can I accept tips? I'll come in and do it just on a tip basis. And it'll attract people to the mall because it'll attract children. And so, you're generating more revenue for the mall because people want to come to the mall, and their kids want to get a balloon, especially like after school or, on a weekend. It's a really good attraction, and you can make money doing it. Um, you know, Learn how to do these balloons. They're really simple. An idiot can make a balloon animal. You don't have to have a whole lot of education to do it. Look online. We post some videos with balloon animals and that, and you can spend an hour or two or a whole day in a mall, indoor, outdoor, and make animal balloons. Kids are just thrilled by it, and you have to figure out how you want to charge. Generally, when we do it, it's $1 per balloon used for the item or how difficult the item is to make. And we'll tell them dollar minimum tip, or this particular one is $2 minimum tip. You can make a book with like Polaroid shots in it and then write on the bottom $3 minimum tip, $2 minimum tip. Let them pick out what they want. The dollar minimum tip things are a simple sword, a cat, a dog, and people will generally tip you on top of that. But you want to try to stay at the dollar minimum tip, because if you say tip only, then you get these people that want to tip you a quarter, 50 cents, and the balloons are expensive. When you get into expensive balloons like these, we sell these on our website, showgirlltd.com, and these are really nice balloons. They don't break all the time. They're very quiet when you twist them. These are the extra long, and when you get into it, you'll learn how to get different size balloons, or you'll work with these and break them down. These are about 12 inches long balloons, and they are really, really nice. Your long balloons is what you really need most of the time, 95% of the time, because that's how you make a lot of things. Starts with long balloons, and it's not hard to do. You can do it at a restaurant, fine dining restaurant. You tell the owner, hey, I'll come in and do balloons, and it'll keep the kids quiet, because it's something for them to do while they're sitting around while their parents are talking and all that stuff. And it gives them something to hold on to, play with, keeps babies quiet. When babies start crying, then you make them a balloon. Some of the restaurants pay you. Some will say, oh, you can't accept tips. Or some will say, oh, yeah, you can just do by tips. And it's really, really neat. People will call you to their table. There are some very, very good tippers. We've got as high as $100 tip, only because another customer was being rude, and the gentleman gave my daughter a $100 tip on a balloon. The average big tip is $10 or $20 on a balloon that people will give you on top of what they pay for the balloon. But you can make some really cool, neat things. You could go to flea market and talk to the director of the flea market and say, hey, I like to walk around and do balloons, or just bring a bar stool and set my stuff down and make balloon animals, for the kids and stuff. And you'll make animals for the adults. They love them too, And the flea markets love it. It just really is a cool attraction, especially when people are trying to look at items and their kids are driving them nuts. They say, here's a couple bucks, go over and see the balloon person, And they're really excited because kids love to watch you make them, And but I'm telling you, if you're short money, this is a really good way to make some money real quick and not invest a whole lot of money up front. You want to get a hand balloon pump from Dollar Tree. If you have to, you could start with cheapo balloons that are from Walmart or Party City. Walmart is about the lower quality, and Party City is only a little bit better. Depending on their shipment and how old it is, the balloons can be bad, and they're noisy balloons when you're twisting them. But, if that's what you have to start with, you have to start with that till you can afford to get good balloons. You can get metallic balloons, you can get balloons of every color. We make light bulb balloons and all kinds of cool stuff. They're just with air. We don't do helium at all. And it's great to do parties. You can put a thing on Craigslist or Facebook and say that you're doing parties. You tell them, okay, how long do you want me to stay? How many balloons are we talking? And if it goes over this amount, how much more are you going to pay me? And, get your money up front when you arrive. arrive on time, and start making those balloons. But make sure you get your agreement up front. You can do a PayPal thing where they can send you a deposit to be there. Because I know people that travel all over and do balloons. And, the people, of course, pay for their travel time and stuff. But it's a really neat thing. Quick, clean, and it's money. And, you get better in time. Even if all you can do is swords, cats, and dogs, that's the greatest start in the world. That will make you money because you make more of that than anything. So check it out. Think about it, because my friend in Jacksonville, Florida, does $500 a day playing with balloons. That's right. She doesn't even walk out of the house unless she's going to do about 500 in a day. And that's whether she's working at a Chick-fil-A or she's doing one of the hotel gigs. It's amazing the money that's made by doing balloons. Like I say, idiot can do it. Your kid can do it. An adult can do it. You don't have to have a college education to do it. You just have to have, a patience and willing to try it. And yes, balloons pop at times. Kids break the balloon. There's no guarantees on balloons. And they have to pay to have another one made. So it's neat. You'd enjoy it. It makes people smile. People think you're just incredible when you're making these balloons. Very magical. So think about it. It's a good money-making alternative if you need money. Especially if you have a flea market local in town, or a shopping mall that'll permit you to do it, or, an event if you ask permission. The shopping malls are usually pretty good about it. They usually won't pay you, but they'll say, yeah, you can hang out. And just wear a tip button. We sell that too. I love tips. And you'd be amazed the money you'll make. Okay? My best friend said, man, you should teach your kid how to do this, because and my daughter wants to go to school to be a lawyer. So she's already done 1 year in college for law. But I'm going to tell you, she says, you really need to talk to your kid, because this is a lot of money. And if I'd have known it years ago, I'd have done it. So think about it and check it out, because it's not hard to do, and there's some money in it. Okay? Talk to you later. You have a great one. Have a super and blessed day.